I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Dankert.
Mayor Steen.
Present.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Present.
Councilmember Enright.
Present.
King. Austin.
Present.
Helly.
Present.
Hagan.
Present.
Fisher.
Present.
We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Item 1 is a motion for adoption of the agenda. I believe there's a change in that.
Additions to
In addition.
consent.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item 2 is a motion approving the minutes from July 2nd, 2018. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nothing under recognition and awards. Under the consent agenda, 4 is a motion for the consent agenda, I guess. I'm starting to read it.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Under public hearings, 5 is reviewing a tax abatement application for Danielle and Athea Wickman.
Yes, Mayor, this is for a property that would be at 3401 6th Street Northeast. Estimated value of the home is $425,000. Application has been submitted and is in conformance with our City Council adopted policy. Council action is requested to approve the abatement. This is a public hearing.
Council, anything? We haven't, okay, it's a public hearing. Anybody here to speak on this tonight? If not, we need a resolution.
So move the resolution.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Enright.
Aye.
Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Hagan.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Under 6, petitions and requests, 6 is a motion approving a sewer access charge in the amount of $19,000 for Fox Point Townhomes. Stephen.
As we discussed at the work session, this is just making an adjustment using the 2017 rates, which were previously quoted to Fox Point Development, which they have been working on over the course of 2 to 3 years, and council recommended holding those costs and moving those forward in 2018 for their construction project.
Council,
I move to approve.
is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 7 is reviewing natural gas prepay ordinance for Austin Utilities. I don't have a name here, but I figure Mark is here. You gonna speak on this, or?
I can answer any questions you might have, but I wasn't planning on it
Right, that
necessarily,
sounds like-
unless you got questions.
No, that sounds like a good way to do it. Anybody have any questions? That's fine with me. Okay, then under 7A, we need a motion for preparation.
Motion to approve.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? B is an ordinance for adoption of the short-term gas supply ordinance. Need an ordinance, or
Move that the ordinance be prepared.
is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Enright.
Aye.
Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Hagan.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 7C is a motion for preparation of the gas supply ordinance. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And 7D is for an ordinance for adoption of gas supply ordinance.
Move that the ordinance to be prepared.
Is there a second?
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Enright.
Aye.
Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Hagan.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 8 is a resolution accepting donations to the city of Austin. Need a resolution.
So move the
Is
resolution.
there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Enright.
Aye.
Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Hagan.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
9 is a resolution in support of the Small Town and Regional Vitality Investment Act. Craig.
Thank you, Mayor and members. Congressman Walz has asked us to consider adoption of a resolution in support of his efforts to bring resources to such things as child care, infrastructure projects like wastewater treatment facilities, housing, and those sorts of things. The program would be eligible for communities of 30,000 or less. flow through the county in this instance, be a combination of federal, state, and local funds. And other than that, be happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, we need approval of the resolution.
Just out of curiosity, if this doesn't get passed this year, does he have somebody that's gonna carry it?
Yeah, that's a great question. That was one that we had. First of all, Congressman let us know that he intends to work up until the last day of his term.
Of course.
But secondly, he's also working with other congressmen and Congressman Peterson as well.
Okay.
In the 7th, and asking if they would help carry the torch as he moves on to potentially other offices.
Any other questions, comments? If not, we need a resolution for item number 9.
So move the
Is there
resolution.
a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Enright.
Aye.
Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Hagan.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 10 is a resolution granting Charter Communications a cable finance extension through December 31st, 2018. Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Essentially, we need to do another extension of the franchise agreement. Charter Communications isn't ready to negotiate yet, as well as it seems more prudent for us to allow other communities to come up with a proposal with them prior to our negotiations, and as such, we'd ask for a continuance through December 31st, 2018. The Cable Franchise Committee has approved continuance, and Charter has signed off on it as well.
Any questions or comments? If not, we need a resolution.
So move the
Is
resolution.
there a second? Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Enright.
Aye.
Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Hagan.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 11 is a resolution approving a memorandum of agreement with Hormel Foods for the mountain bike trail. Ms. Underwood.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. In December, the council did approve the trail easement agreement, and that went back to Hormel so they could go through their properties. And Mr. Hoverston reviewed that and has put together the memorandum of agreement. So that is what we would like you to approve so that we can keep moving and open this trail.
Council, any questions or comments? If not, we need a resolution for 11.
So move the
Is
resolution.
there a second?
Second.
Mr. Dankert.
Councilmember Enright.
Aye.
Austin.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Hagan.
Aye.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
12 is a motion authorizing the city to be the fiscal agent for the community band. Tom?
Since 2013, you've been doing this, which allows the community band to get some other grants for help them to offset costs of their performances within the community.
Any questions, comments? You need a motion.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 11 is a motion and an ordinance reviewing a rezoning request petitioned by Scott Ohm. Holly, where's my Laura?
Your Honor and Council, during the July 10th, 2018 meeting of the Austin Planning Commission, the commission reviewed a request from Scott Ohm to rezone his property from A1 Agriculture, Recreation, and Conservation District to an R1 Single Family Residential District, and to amend the future land use plan to low-density suburban from parks and open space. This action has been requested to facilitate development of the property for residential purposes. The Planning Commission, with 7 members present, recommends the approval of the rezoning request by the following vote. There was 7 ayes and 0 nays. The findings of the commission were that the use is compatible with the surrounding uses and zoning, that there are no significant impacts anticipated with regard to the existing infrastructure and surrounding environment. This is a property located across from Eastside Lake. There is a residential home to the east. To the south is Hardy Mechanical Building, and then to the north is a church and some church property. The petitioners had that property for sale for some time and believes that this would help him sell that property. And I have had a few phone calls from people interested in the property for residential purposes.
Council, you have any questions?
Yes. How, has this like been agricultural forever?
The petitioner was at the commission and the planning commission meeting and said that he had bought it from the city at one point and that it had been zoned agricultural, recreational agricultural at that point.
So we must have maybe planned to put a park there at one time, or?
Yeah,
why would
I
it
don't
have
know
been-
the whole history, but that was what he said he
'cause it's
bought it
been-
as.
Yeah, it's been residential around there forever, so.
The parcel to the east, where the residence is, was at one time, that was all one. The area that's currently being rezoned was also connected
Oh,
to the
yeah,
residence.
Okay.
So that parcel, those parcels were split. So now they're two separate pieces of property.
Interesting. Just thought that was kind of strange that it was agricultural right there in the middle.
Yeah, it is,
So-
yeah.
I just am wondering, seeing as how to the south, it's commercial, industrial, B2 and I1, is that a concern at all for residential development?
No, there's residences all around the area.
Yeah,
I think
it's residents, basically, the other three sides, yeah.
the industrial is kind of an anomaly there, but it's a pre-existing use. Was that the old Coke
The old
bottling?
Coke plant.
Yeah,
bottling
Councilmember Austin, I think what happened here is, as you probably recall, any property that comes into the city is zoned, what is it?
Well, usually
It's
it comes
zoned
in as
residential,
R1
right.
residential.
But at that time, they may have, before all that was
Maybe-
developed,
Yeah,
they
maybe way
just.
back and, yeah,
Right.
before everything, the east side was developed,
Okay.
that was probably, came in as
Right.
agricultural and
Right.
just, as they
They haven't been
developed it.
chopping pieces off as they
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay, any more questions or comments on 13? If not, we need a motion for preparation of the ordinance.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? B is a motion for adoption and publication of the zoning ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Enright,
Aye.
Austin,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Hagan, Fisher, Councilmember at Large Anderson.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. 14 is a motion reviewing a sign appeal petition by Valley Transportation Services, Inc. Ms. Wallace?
Again, at our July 10th, 2018 meeting, the Planning Commission reviewed a request from Valley Transportation Services for an appeal from the requirements of Austin City Code limiting square footage of signs identifying buildings in an A1 district to 4 square feet. They have a quite large hangar that they have added to the Austin Municipal Airport, and they wish to add 3 signs that total 260 square feet, 264 square feet to identify their building from other buildings at the airport. After review, the Planning Commission with 7 members present recommended unanimously to approve the sign appeal. The recommendation comes with the following findings: that the signs would not create a hazard, that they do not violate Minnesota statute or rules or regulations, that the signs would not be objectionable to adjacent property owners, that they would not adversely affect residential property, and that they would be in keeping with the general character of the surrounding area. The sign appeal was also run by Public Works Director and the manager at the airport, and they did not have any objections either.
Council, are there any questions or comments? If not, we need a motion for 14.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 15 is a motion reviewing a variance request petitioned by Kirk and Debbie Thorpe. Holly?
At the, let's see, I need to catch up here on my iPad. Again, at the July 10th, 2018 meeting of the Austin Planning Commission, the commission reviewed a request from Kirk and Debbie Thorpe for variance from the requirements of Austin City Code regulating the square footage of accessory structures. The petitioners own 6 separate parcels. They would combine 4 of their parcels for the purpose of adding an additional detached structure. The 4 parcels equal 1.2 acres, which allows them 1,584 square feet of accessory structures. They want to exceed that allowance by 1,500 square feet. The petitioner's lot coverage would be approximately 10%, which is much less than what is allowed, the 40% allowed. After review, the Planning Commission with 7 members present, again, voted unanimously to approve the variance. The recommendation was conditioned upon the petitioners combining lots 10 through 13. And I have an aerial photo that I can go through if you have any questions, and meeting any requirements of the watershed district regarding culvert on lots 12 and 13. The Planning Commission made the following findings: that the requested variance is in harmony with the general purposes and intent of the zoning ordinance, That the variance, if granted, would not alter the essential character of the locality in which the property is situated. That there are circumstances unique to the property not created by the landowner, and that the landowner intends to use the land in a reasonable manner not permitted by the ordinance. Does anybody want me to put the aerial up so they can see the parcels, or? Okay.
You done? Holly?
Yeah, that's it.
Council, you have any questions or comments on this? If not, we need a motion to approve or deny.
Motion to approve.
Just a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you. 16 is a series of 3 motions granting the planning and zoning department the power to contract for the removal of junk and/or illegally stored vehicles at the following locations. A, 903 9th Avenue Southwest, Sheldon and Halverson's property. We need a motion.
So moved.
Is there a second? I'm sorry, did somebody second it? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? B, 1201 10th Avenue Southwest, Williamette property. Need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And 16C, 1006 Second Avenue Southwest, the Vasquez Lopez property. Need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're done with our formal meeting, and at this point, we ask any citizens that may have come here to address the council, if they would wish to do so, this is the time to do it. Put your hands up if they're here and talk to us. Okay.
Don't push to get to the front of the line.
Okay, and then we'll get the reports and recommendations. We'll start with.
Nothing, Your Honor.
Nothing, Your Honor.
I just want to applaud the efforts of the Pillars of the City Committee. The unveiling of the 3rd year of recognizing people who've made significant contributions to Austin was unveiled during Freedom Fest, 4th of July, or 3rd of July, 3rd. And anyway, the reason I'm bringing it up is A, to thank them, and B, to encourage anyone who's interested to submit nominations. You can do that via the City of Austin website. The application is there with information that might be helpful to you. So please think about people that might be deserving of that recognition. And keep in mind, Nature Center programs had a really interesting week this past week with opportunities to talk about and tour facilities to find out what happens to the waste that we produce. And they have a variety of programs coming up on, all kinds of entertainment things for kids, families, so check that out.
Thank you. Laura?
I just wanted to mention that next Monday, a week from today, Holly Wallace and I will be presenting at Rotary Club about why public art matters. So if you're a Rotary member, come listen to us. If you aren't a Rotary member, I bet you $100 Craig Clark will make you his guest for the night.
Okay. David?
Yeah, I guess everything's on time and in line for the new rec center's groundbreaking, July 25th. I think that'll be a big event for us in Minnesota, but right now it looks like July 25th noon is the groundbreaking.
Great. Paul?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Greg?
Yes, it was good that council approved the Walls resolution. The mayor and I will be going to St. Paul to help the congressman with a press conference on Wednesday morning at 11:30. So we'll have more to report back from that later. But
Any reports?
we have
Department heads?
Stephen, Kim, and Brian have something.
That's almost all of them.
Almost.
Let's start with Kim.
Thank you, Mayor. So I'd like everyone to remember that the pool will be closed this weekend for our swim meet. That will start Friday. The splash pad will be open, free to the public. So far, we have 480 kids signed up for this swim meet. It starts Friday at 2 p.m. Warm-up start at 1. They swim all day Saturday and Sunday. And then the Kiwanis noon track meet is next Thursday, the 26th. Starts at 6. That's free as well. And field events start at 6:30. And then on the 27th is a free event at the pool. It is our family fun night. APAC will be giving away sunglasses for the first 250 people that come in the door. There'll be music again. DJ Deanne Randall will be there. The VFW helps, and, as well as the Eagles. So it's a fun event. They play games. Our rec supervisor helps do some of those things, and it's fun.
Okay, next we'll go to Stephen.
I just wanted to let everyone know that 4th Avenue Northeast will be closed beginning next week for the flood levee project. We'll be closing right out here in front of City Hall from 4th Street to the Cedar River Bridge. We'll be extending storm sewer across the roadway and discharging it on the downstream side of the dam. There'll also be water main work, and there'll be some utility extensions for the new rec center during that whole closure process. It's going to be closed about a month. We have a detour that we will sign that will take people from like Reed's 4th Avenue on 8th Street, take them down to 2nd Avenue, take them across to the Justice Center, then back north on 2nd Street by the Tender Maid to kind of get them around this construction zone.
Thank you. Brian?
Mayor and council, just a reminder that National Night Out is always the first Tuesday in August. So this year our event will be August 7th. It is held from 4 till 8 p.m. down by the Veterans Pavilion or the band shell. So we hope if we have good weather that many of you can attend. Also, we just finished physical agility for new officer hires. We had a total of 18 applications, and after physical agilities we have 15. Police Civil Service will be conducting interviews on July 23rd and 24th.
Now I have to ask, Brian, 18 applicants is not very good, is it?
No, it's not. When I first became chief, we had 90 applications 8 years ago.
Yep, that's not very long ago. We can elaborate on the reasons for that later. I guess that's it. I don't have anything. The only thing I wish to mention is the Pillars Committee did have a resignation. You got that, Ann? So we are going to need somebody for the committee. Now, this isn't somebody that you want to put on there. This is going to be somebody that helps make the choices. We'll get submitted certain names and pick one, I'm sure. But if people are interested, this would be the time to step up. Other than that, we need a motion to adjourn till Monday, August 6th, 2018.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Take a short break and then meet with Paul Thompson across the way.
Southwest.